a wonderful weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and we are back again. And today we are going to unlock the potential. We'll be unlocking the skills, and we will be discussing more about Atmanirbhar Bharat. Today we are starting another session of unlocking skills for Atmanirbhar Bharat, as we have been talking about, how skills have been playing crucial role in our day-to-day life, how skilling can help India grow, how skilling can benefit an individual and a community and of course the country in turn. So from today, we'll be starting a 4-day workshop on product design, 2D and 3D. Product design is one of the module of graphic design technology. The workshop will be done by Mr. Kalaikovan, the professor of visual communication at Shashun Jain College, Chennai. Shashun is one of our authorized WorldSkills India Training Center who have taken a responsibility of preparing the League of Next World Champions, with the same mission of bringing the world, champions for the world, and with the vision of coming up with Atmanirbhar Bharat. Today, before we start the workshop, we will be talking to two really, really very, very special guests. And yes, they are none other than one of them is a man behind all great initiatives of Media and Entertainment Skills Council. That's our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Mohit Soni. Mr. Soni started his career with he started his career as a graphic designer and an animator himself in a small studio at Gwalior. And of course, I am falling short of words for him, but I have a lot to tell about him. So let me show you something here. Mr. Soni started his career as a graphic designer and animator in small studio at Gwalior, and thereafter established the biggest and the largest multimedia training and production facility at Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. His passion towards establishing the media training industry is highly visible, with his significant contribution to almost all the prominent media training brands we know in the country today. With more than 18 years of experience in developing new business alliance, channel network, and setting up partnerships with international academic institutes and universities, Mr. Soni is known for establishing some of the finest brands we have in the country, like Spectrum Media, IIFM, iProof, Picasso Animation, Framebox, and many more. These are just to name a few. With his profound experience in building startups and new generation, I'll be very happy to invite Mr. Soni over here on the Vidyadan platform. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for such a wonderful introduction.
Thank you. And with Mr. Soni, today we have Mr. Abhay Srimal Jain. He is a secretary of Shashun Jain College, Chennai. Yes, his creative, innovative, and going beyond urge made him come out with many pioneering works. His venture into visual effects and animation for movies attracted Hollywood filmmakers. Visual effects of blockbuster movies like Spider-Man series, Men in Black 2 and 3, I Am Legend, and Hancock were done in his studio in Chennai. This business was then sold to Sony Pictures Images Works, that's in United States. Industrialist and a social educationist for over 3.5 decades. Presently, Mr. Jain is positions at, he's a chairman at Lifecell International Private Limited. He's a chairman at Dhanvantri Nano Ayushdi Private Limited. He's a former executive director, Strides Shasun Limited. He's a managing director at Venkata Narayana Active Ingredients Private Limited. He's a director with General Optics, founder and promoter at Sri SS B. Shasun Jain College for Women, former Secretary General with SS Jain Education Society, Secretary Parnath Shanti Nilayam, and I have a big list to describe Mr. Jain. So, Mr. Jain, we really welcome you here on board with Vidyadan, and today we'll be unlocking the potential, unlocking the skills for
Thank
Atmanirbhar
you.
Bharat. So, guys,
Thank you very much for inviting me, and I think it's a big opportunity.
thank you. So, let's hear from both of our Supermans here, and let's have their views on unlocking skills for Atmanirbhar Bharat. And sir, how world skills can be one of the ladder to success for our new generation. Yes, please.
Yeah, they, I started my career with the pharma industry, and now in 2000 we started looking at the animation industry and VFX, and that's how my daughter went into animation and started a company, which in 2004 we took it to the Hollywood because we were doing extremely good work here in India. And that moment of 2004 changed the entire direction of our company. And we became the largest animation for many of the companies. And that gave us an opportunity to work with some of the best film directors and producers, particularly with the industry where we had a lot of work done for major Hollywood producers. Barry was one of the producers of Lord of the Rings, and his contact was very essential in terms of getting us contract with Hollywood producers. And I'm saying that even at that time in 2004, we were looking at animation, 2D to 3D, and I'm glad to tell you that our company, which was later sold to Sony, was doing a lot of animation for Star Wars. And we were converting all the 2D movies because Star Wars was, as you know, was shot in 2D and later went into 3D. A 3D film has still not been released, but the entire work was done in our studio in 2005, 2006. So media industry is not only in animation of movies, it's in the gaming industry also, the kind of animation you see in the gaming industry. Now gaming industry is becoming more bigger than the media industry itself. So media industry is competitive, fast-paced, and constantly changing, but it's an incredible, exciting industry full of awesome opportunities. And now with the change situation in India, where the entire world is looking at India for coming to work. And I think India can offer a huge platform for the world industry. And that is where the skilling of the youngsters, training them, making them fit for the growth which is going to be seen in the country is enormous. I'm telling you, in this pandemic situation, lockdown situation also, our pharma industry, our animation industry, our nanotechnology, our stem cell technology, all have grown. So I see that the growth will be much bigger in the coming years. So we had the opportunity of having Subhash Gaiji in our college when we inaugurated the MESC, and Mr. Mohitji in his support has always helped us to see that we offer the best. Sashun offers the best of the world-class infrastructure with updated software, certified and experienced trainers, hands-on training with latest equipment, industry tie-up. We have the people who left Sony when they closed down and went and started their own industry like Bot VFX and 2D A Pro and others are really offering opportunities to the students to get trained. And we have field trips also arranged for them. So Sashun is an authorized World Skilled India Training Center. Various disciplines of get trained, and we have seen that the students win the district level competition and move to the state level competition in the field of graphic designing and 3D capital. I think we have one of the best faculties. So I'm sure this seminar would open doors for various students to really take opportunity of this, and from diverse backgrounds can come and take advantage of this. I wish the program all the success, and with Mohitji there taking reign, I'm sure this will be a grand success. My best wishes.
So, Mr. Soni, what's your view on this? Like, Mr. Jain has given us a lot of insights in there, so I would like to take your views on it.
First of all, let me thank Abhay sir for his kind words, and I think it's a proud moment for us, Abhay sir, whenever we meet you. And I was highly
Thank you.
impressed after visiting your faculty, the facility in Chennai, and it was amazing. And I really appreciate the vision and the mission Sashan carries together for uplifting the economically backward classes as well, and while providing a good platform for those aspirants who are looking forward for multidisciplinary learning. I was really impressed again with the archery skills which are being taught in your college, and I think there have been a couple of
And
champions which
luckily
the
for us,
college has
the
already produced.
yeah,
So
luckily for us, the Olympic Games have been shifted by a year.
yes, yes. So I think it was a great visit, and I really enjoyed it, and I would love to be there again whenever we get time to meet again. Now, talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think these are not just words. When Prime Minister, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji spelled out these words, Atmanirbhar Bharat, it's a vision. It's a very futuristic driven vision, which can be clearly indicated and can be clearly seen with the way the entire country is progressing today. You know, we are a country of different cultures. We are a country of different soils, and every soil has a different crop for which it is popular and for which it is known. The idea of developing Atmanirbhar Bharat is to ensure that not just as an individual, not just as a city, not just as a state, but as an entire country, we are self-sustained. You know, we bring out something which can remarkably be talked about globally while being local. I think that's the entire concept of what I can understand from it. Now, when I talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat and when I talk about media and entertainment industry, I could see a very strong relationship there. Why I am saying that? Starting from somebody who visualizes an idea, you know, who actually has a small concept in his mind, to someone who executes it, and then someone who sells it or distributes it. The entire ecosystem is structured in such a way that it provides enormous opportunities for candidates to have entrepreneurship abilities. And I think when you are an entrepreneur, you are not just self dependent, but there are a lot of people who are again dependent on you for their earnings. So I would say media and entertainment sector has seen that positive indication all the time and every time, whether it has been a smallest of the role related to designing of a graphic, or whether it has been something related to making up a film, whether animation or live film. It has seen all those areas progressing and growing time to time. I think this is the best time for all of us to realize the potential and the uniqueness we all carry as an individual, and develop that inner sense of us by not just skilling ourselves, but also reskilling and upskilling ourselves. I think the time we realize, and trust me, no better time than this could be, because you have the maximum time for your own self. So the moment we are able to self realize and we are able to develop something which can give us an idea, a niche to think apart and different from other people and think positive, I think that's where we will be able to make something very different and present it across to the entire nation and to the entire globe. I think that's what to me looks to be Atmanirbhar Bharat. And I could see each of our state, particularly in the M&E sector, has started being Atmanirbhar. Now I don't see a lot of editing work, lot of visual effects work, a lot of maybe distribution work going out of those states. States have started developing their own in-house production houses. They've started developing their own editing houses. There are regional actors which we know of today. Gone are the days when we were just talking about Hindi cinema. Today, Telugu, Tamil, Marathi, Gujarati, Punjabi, Bhojpuri, you name it. Every region has become very strong in their own inherited things. And now they are trying to develop something which is known as IP, which means gradually we will see something which will be an original content that too coming out from the grassroots of that particular region where it belongs to. And who better than the regional people could tell those stories than anybody apart from them. So I think it's a great time for all of us, and I convey my heartiest wishes to everyone who's a part of this seminar and maybe the ongoing upcoming seminars which are going to be there, to develop themselves, Atmanirbhar, and be someone who can not just earn but make others earn. I think that's the way the world should look at it. That's all I have to say from my side, and I wish you all the best for this session. And my again thanks to Abhay sir for his kind words and supporting us always. He has been greatly supporting MESC, and I value his contribution to the ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you, Soniji, and thank you, Pujaji.
Thank you so much
Wish the seminar all the
for
success.
your precious time, Mr. Soni and Mr. Jain. Thank you so much for your precious time and your coming on Vidyalan platform. Mr. Soni, I have one more question for you. If you'd like to tell us how you're planning to continue with the legacy of, making champions.
So champions are not born, I would say. They are prepared. Because everybody is a born capable person. It's how you nurture and groom them. When you have to prepare a champion is not just prepared by merely teaching them art and technology. It is by teaching them the walks of life. Because a champion is successful, even if the conditions are tough, not easy. And I think that's what we have been doing so far by our experts, through our industry partners, through our training institutions, to identify the best talent, nurture them, groom them, and see that we are able to make them capable of not just handling national competitions, international competitions, but also become the best of the crop which industry can really look forward for in the coming era of time. I think that's the entire objective. And with a strong network of our training partners, industry partners, and all candidates who have been aspiring artists and creative tycoons for tomorrow, I think we're very positive that not just the like last year we have been having the best time for world skills, but the coming year will prove that India has got much more better to prove themselves and make them more capable of earning more medals next time.
And become Atmanirbhar.
Yes, certainly. Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone, and enjoy the session. Have a great time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. So, with these kind words coming from Mr. Soni and Mr. Jain, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Kalaikovan. Mr. Kovin, we welcome you on the platform here and on the session of AWSITC, that's Authorized World Skills India Training Center. And today, like I haven't mentioned, we'll be going ahead with the product design in 2D and 3D. So Mr. Kovin will be taking it over, and he is a professor of visual communications at Shashun Jain College, Chennai. Shashun is one of our Authorized World Skills India Training Center, and they have taken the responsibility of preparing the League of Next World Champions. So with continuing with this, so it's all up to you now. Yeah. I have given you the screen share rights also, and you'll be able to show us the presentation.
Yes, thank you, Pooja, for the great introduction. And I take this opportunity to thank Shivani, Mohit sir, and the entire MAC team, because the people are doing a great job by conducting a series of webinars. And also, I would like to thank my secretary, Abhay sir, principal ma'am, Padmavati ma'am, and CEO Rosie ma'am, and my CEO team that is Abisar and our colleagues for the supporting, the continuous support. Okay, so today session is about, yeah.
No, I was about to ask you,
Yeah,
what are we going to learn today?
yeah, that's what the overview of the workshop is like. Actually, the title is a product design. The product design is involves a lot of a process. Actually, we cannot learn within this short period. But I want to give some important process and what's the need of designing, how it grows. Okay, that's the stages. Okay, we are going to just discuss about it before getting into the software.
Okay.
Because the learning, yeah.
I'd like to request everybody to send in their questions in only the Q&A section, because in the chat section, if you'll send, we might miss on the questions. Okay, so send in all the questions in the Q&A section, and yes, do take selfies and post them on social media. We'll meet after Sir's presentation.
Okay, so can I continue? Yeah. So first thing, actually overview of this workshop is understanding the design, then need of design, process. So process involves many areas like, okay, so how to start with idea generations, all those steps. Then getting into the 2D software, how to do the basic design about the product, and take that to the next level, that is a 3D, giving formations and more textures to bring the more reality to the product. Even, okay, we can explain the usability of the particular product, and that we can do it in a 3D. So this session is about 2D designing and the 3D modeling. So before starting or getting into the tools, so we have to know the importance of design. That is very important. So okay, if I ask you what is design, so some of you maybe, okay, you can tell the formation of what is that, lines and curves. So we can create the shapes, then we can apply the textures to meet the customer requirement and all. Okay, that is one way. That is okay. That is a process of design, I can say. But how the design started, when it started. So if I say, if I'm wrong, so we started, actually it started during the Stone Age period itself, because so the humans started to find or create the herd by using, okay, that kind of leaves and branches of trees and all, to protect from the sun and rain. Okay, so that is the purpose. So he wants to protect from the natural disaster. So he created a house. And again, the next stage, he wanted to protect him from the animals. So created the weapons and all by using the whatever the availability material. So that's so, okay, it started in that time itself. Then slowly, okay, it grows as man grows, right? The technology grows, the idea grows. Even these designs started to grow each and every stages. Okay, and one point of time, right? So what happened? The design is having a lot of a process, of course, right? But what is design? It is necessary to solve some problems, to solve the purpose. So suppose, okay, if I need to cut something, okay, so I have to design one knife. That knife can be any shapes. Okay, the purpose is it should solve the my problem. So that is very important. So it is not only creating only with a one design product. Maybe later on we can add something more to it. Say, for example, okay, I'm creating one knife for the holding purpose. Okay, the grip purpose. Okay, I can create the handle. That is a part of the design. So everything, each and every part also having the purpose. Okay. So later on, so what happened? Designs. Okay. So designs started growing. So previously, okay, to solve the issues, to solve our problem, okay, we started to create on our own. So later on, okay, the people, the population went high. Then the lot of a department or sector, you can say, the sector is started individually. So whoever is working on the building part or house development part, that is comes under architecture or engineering designing. Then automobiles, so the vehicle designing, the home appliances, that is one area. Then food product, and a lot of other areas also, we can say the fashion designing, interior designing, everything is started because people started to learn or concentrate only in that particular area and develop their skill set. Okay, so that is how the transformation. So based on the skill set, okay, they started to develop their skills and perform in that area, because we cannot concentrate in, one cannot do all the works, right? So we approach, so whoever is popular in that particular automobile area, they'll be concentrating more on the creating vehicles, motor, whatever. Okay, so that's how the design started. But so what is the very important thing to become a, okay, 1 minute. Okay, so here, okay, I want to mention, so the as the sector grows, even, okay, we have to improve or develop our skill set. That's why, okay, we have various skill set. So MESC is creating a lot of opportunity to learn or develop your skill set in the different areas. I think we have around 46 skills in under the MESC courses. Architectural designing, fashion designing, interior designing, makeup artist. So likewise, okay, we have so many skill set. So understanding what is my main point, okay, I want to convey here is learning software is it's easy actually. Anybody can learn. But before that, getting into the software, you have to understand the foundation, right? So that is very important. So so understand that is important. Okay, that is main thing here. And here, okay, I'm coming to this design sectors. I think, okay, you all can see my screen, right? So design sector, we have architectural designing, automobiles, home appliances, a food product, and fashion designing, so on. It goes on. Actually, in the design, we have two main sectors. One is a physical model. So physically, okay, if you are creating something, maybe the laptop or washing machine, anything. Okay, so I mean, see that one. We can test that and see. So that is actually physical model. And we have application-oriented designing also, like creating Windows software, MS Office, Adobe. So these kind of software also helps a man to solve the problems. Okay, so that is application-based design. Okay, so to become a designer, so what you should know first. So these are the steps I'm going to explain. First, okay, we have to understand, okay, I'm a designer. Somebody is approaching me to design something. Okay. So first, okay, we have to understand the need of a client. So what sort of a product, okay, he want to manufacture, right? Why he wants to manufacture that one? What is his audience? Okay, audience, a group, everything, right? So understand the need of the client is the first things. So by understanding, okay, you can see okay, you can get some information from him basically. So once, okay, if the customer or the client wants to manufacture ice cream, for example, right? Okay, so ice cream is the main concept, right? Then, okay, we have to the audience is overall, okay, the general audience only, because from kids to the old man, okay, everybody will like or use the ice cream. So from that, okay, target audience, okay, is selected. Then the basic purpose of the product is, okay, decided. Then we have to do some kind of research. So we have to understand the cost also, how much, okay, the client can spend, even the customer can spend. So that sort of the homework also, okay, we have to do from the research, right? So after doing the research, so we have to put everything in the paper. We have to uh, put that as a drawing. The document also, it's a very important, documentation is also very important before getting into the software creations. So these are the steps, okay, we have to follow. So research is very important. We have to see the who is the competitor, what is his price, okay, why that product is very popular, what is the customers the likes and dislike of that particular product, in which area, okay, we can develop it, so we can give better than that particular product. Okay, we can Google also about that particular product, but getting the input directly from the customer is a very important. So keep that in mind and put everything in a document. Okay. So after analyzing everything, then the idea generation. So we have to come up with some different ideas. So that okay, we have creativity. The uniqueness is very important. How you are thinking differently from the other person. So as I said, software, okay, anybody can learn. Okay, the creativity part it will be definitely, okay, it varies from person to person. Uniqueness is a very important thing, right? So in that area only you can become a successful designer. Okay, so you can put everything and create one rough idea about it. Okay, so these are the basic roles of one designer. So research, understanding the client requirement, then from the customer point of view, right? So we have to understand what they need, likes and dislikes. Okay, put everything into one document and create one rough idea. So that is a very important. Okay, so the coming to this slide, actually how designing immerge in daily life. Okay. Okay, so immerge in daily life. So as I told you, right, from the ancient days, right? So designing is closely with the man daily life, right? So nowadays, okay, if you take the products, almost, okay, on an average we can see, okay, 100 to 100 150 products every day, from, okay, the morning till you go to the bed, right? So we can see some images here, okay, the Colgate, right? So as soon as get it from the bed, right, it starts from that area till go to the bed. So we can use 100 to 150 average products. Everything is designed by one designer, and only some of the products are popular and some of them are not popular. So we have to see why it's not popular, why it's only the particular products are very popular. So that research is very important. So closely, okay, this is design is involved in our daily life. Okay, and how to design. So how to design, I said, okay, already we have a rough, we have to create a rough idea that can be, okay, putting on the drawing. So we can do even the doodling also, okay, scribbling, doodling, so everything, because the idea may take you to the next level each and every time. So when I started working, okay, so whatever the idea we have, we can start putting that in a paper. So once if you put, so we cannot stop there itself. Some more ideas will come, right? Then, okay, we can develop that one. So the paperwork is a very important. So scribbling and doodling is very important when you design something. Okay, so after that, not only that one, probably okay, we can talk to our friends, relations. We can discuss our idea. Probably okay, they can give some input. And suppose okay, if you have chance to see the end users, right? For example, okay, I'm using the creating a modular kitchen. So instead of talking to somebody, okay, whoever is working in kitchen directly, so we can get the inputs from them. Okay, so where to place, especially the vessels and wash basin or sink, whatever. So if you talk to them, probably okay, we can get the right input. So that is very important. So each and every product whoever is using, okay, we have to meet them and get the input and put that as a idea that can be generated in stage by stage. So once the rough idea is ready, then we can take to the next level. That is the engineering drawing. So putting paper, okay, only the outline or basic form of your shapes can be put in. Maybe okay, we can add the text. Okay, what about the front shape and the side shape? How the lid can be? So everything we can put it in a drawing itself. But the measurement, suppose why we have to go for the measurement? So, for example, I'm going to create a hand sanitizer. That volume is 50 ml. So, if you want to pour 50 ml, okay, how the container should be? What will be the height of the container, width of the container, depth of the container? So, everything, okay, we have to analyze. So, this is actually called engineering drawing. We have to put that engineering drawing with the proper measurement. Once that is ready, then we have to do, before production, we have to do the 3D modeling also. So engineering drawing, okay, we can put only the 2D graphics, maybe in the front view and the side view, okay, we can create, we can give the measurement and all. By seeing that, probably, okay, we cannot understand the entire output, overall output, because everybody cannot visualize product. So if you give them the actual product by giving the output of a 3D, okay, because a 3D, okay, we can rotate in a 360 degree, so that they can understand easily, okay, how the final output of the product will be. So that's why the 3D modeling is there. Even 3D modeling and animation, we have one more advantage, like, okay, we can even tell them or demonstrate them how the product is going to be performed. Okay, suppose for example, okay, one engine I'm creating in a 2D, okay, I can show them the engine, how the engine is going to work, right? How the engine is different from other engine. So this sort of a presentation, if you want to do, then obviously we have to go for the 3D modeling software one day. So that is very important. And one more thing, in a 2D, we can give the basic textures and the color only, but we cannot show them the depth and all. Okay, the more reality, surfaces, that feel and all, definitely we cannot bring in a 2D. So in 3D, okay, we have that possibility, because we have the lighting, okay, we have the bump effect, textures can be customized. A lot of tools are advanced tools are there in the 3D modeling and animation software. Okay, once even that is ready, okay, your customers are, your client is happy about it. So we should not directly go to the manufacturing that particular model. We have to do the prototype modeling for the research based. So the prototype nowadays, okay, there is no need of creating only one model, because if you want to create a one model, we have to create a die and all for that. Okay, you are creating one container, maybe the 50 ml hand sanitizer itself I'm taking. We have to create a container before product. To make that particular only one product, spending for the what is that mold, and that it will be very costly. Okay. So nowadays, okay, we have that 3D print, and the 3D print, you can take a 3D output itself. We can pour the liquid, and we can distribute to our relatives and friends, get the actual feedback, especially okay the usability. So is it compact, how the that the product is, so all the input okay you can get it from your friends and relatives. Okay, once that is ready, that is actually the testing and survey method to get the real feedback. Suppose okay, if you want to redo something, okay, we can redesign that one before launching the product. Then we can send it to the manufacturing, maybe for the numbers, okay, 50,000 or 20,000, whatever, right? The numbers can be given there in the products manufactured, okay? And this one, okay, I explained already. So rough idea generation, product shape is and structure is very important. Okay, we have to do a lot of homework in this area to create the a rough idea about the product. And size is also very important because size matters. Okay, the compact size. Okay, everybody likes only that, right? The size, you have to concentrate more on it. So the specification of that particular product is very important. Then the usability, the comfort zone, right? So these and okay, we can put it in the idea generations. Okay, and this one, okay, I explained what is the important role of 2D and 3D. So as I said, to understand the customer easily, the client easily, the 3D software plays a very important role. Instead of drawing something and show them and explain them, we have to talk much. So even though, okay, sometimes so the client cannot understand it properly. That's why we are putting everything in the 2D software, even though, okay, sometimes we cannot express everything. So if you do that in a 3D model, probably we can do the animation and show them, okay, this is how the end process, end model is to be in the outline. Because I worked in one perfume company, European perfumes in Sharjah. So I designed one perfume bottle and showed the output in, with a customer. I shared them. So I faced this kind of a problem. I explained to him, okay, he said, okay, if it is more clear, it will be better. Then, okay, I used 2D software, Illustrator. I created the exact, the side view of the product and the front view of the product. Okay, so he was, I mean, little bit happy. Then, okay, he asked me to, if I get that in a 3D finish, okay, it will be better, sir. Then I used a 3D Studio Max to create that particular product with a exact glass material with a filled perfume, right? How the final product is going to be. I showed him even, okay, with the spray particle, okay, I created and showed them. So he was very happy, and instantly, okay, we got order. He placed 1 lakh per month, actually, that bottle. Okay, so that's how we have to convince the client by showing them or giving them the final output. So this how, okay, the 3D software is taking very important role in it. Okay, and so coming to the product. So far, okay, we saw what are the stages we have to follow in the product designing. So it starts from the client research, I mean client requirement, then research, then putting the idea in paper, then developing that one, then the 2D drawing. So 2D drawing, okay, we can create only the front and side face, then the 3D model, then prototype model, then getting the feedback from your clients, the friends and relatives, then final product. Once the product is ready, right? So this is very important stage to go for the packaging design, because the packaging design is a phase of your product. So it's not again, okay, started recently. Okay, even the vegetable sellers, okay, they have a packed in the paper and gave it to the customers. Then, okay, they faced a problem. Then they found a strong, some kind of a strong material. Then the thickness of a paper is increased. That is actually cardboard. Then stronger than that, okay, they used wood. Okay, so why we need to pack the particular product under, especially to avoid from the damages, right? So the transportation, while they are transporting, a lot of damages will be occurring. So to save from the damage and for the storage purpose, right? So the packaging is very important. So later on, the packaging also used for the promotional, right? Branding. So they started to print on the packing itself with a lot of photographs, right? The instructions of the particular product, the packaging. Okay, we have a lot of other formalities also. Okay, so what and all we have to follow when you are going to do the packing. So we'll see that also, right? Packing is very important to identify the visual identity, we can say. So that's a phase of your product. That's the visual identity. Okay, so that is very important when you go for the packing, right? So, so this is the thing. From a graphic design point of view, okay, packaging design, how the brand's design is reflected in the product package. So product package, whatever's inside, the product has to be, the photography has to be placed on the packaging also. So the descriptions also, it's a very important in a package. Okay. And key elements of packaging. So these are the very important thing. Which color you are going to use in your package. So that should not be jump in the color, right? So the logo and your product. So if your product is actually okay, chocolate, the same color maybe okay used even in the packaging also. Okay, suppose if you are choosing the dark maroon background color, okay, we have to go for the contrast color of text. So the font is also very important. Make sure you have the proper fonts and any specific usage instructions like kerning or weight. So what is kerning and weight? Okay, that comes under the principles of designing. I'm not touching that area. Okay, so the fonts. So we are using the fonts. The readability is a very important thing. When you are giving the instruction, so most of the product, if it is less than 6 points, definitely we cannot read. So the 8 point is a minimum readability size. So we have to keep in that mind, and we have to use the fonts in the packaging designing. Okay. So brand is very important. The logo is very important. So the logo, we should not keep on changing the logo because again, that is a phase of your company product. Okay. So keep on logo. So we cannot entirely change, but again, okay, there is a transformation in the logos and all. If you take a lot of logos, even okay, in the Nike, right? They started with the tick mark and the text. Later on, okay, they removed the text also. And likewise, okay, if you take MasterCard logo, so the MasterCard logo also having a lot of versions. Okay, so even the packing also, there will be a lot of transformations for the upgradation. Okay, will be happening. Okay, how the software is having a different versions. Likewise, the logo is having a different version, but they will not change the color and the identity of the particular logo and all. Okay, so that has to be registered in the customer mind. Okay, so that's how they can develop the branding. Okay, so that is also very important. These are the points. Okay, brand logo, font, and color. So that is very important whenever you design the packaging. So this is a key points. And components of a packaging. So brand logo. So where you can place the branding, especially the logo, where you can use the product image, product name. So placing is very important as a designer, because when we read, okay, so how normally we will read, okay, from left to right, top to bottom, right? So the writing and reading. So when I see some product, so if it is a different color, probably, okay, some difference in the design, then automatically I will go and see that particular place only, right? So placing is very important. We should not place the logo in the bottom. So always, okay, when you are promoting the branding, always we have to keep importance to the logo. Okay, always it will be in the right side, top of your product under. Okay, so that is very important. Product image, product name. So then description also important. Usability. So why are we creating a product? That they have to understand first. So if the user, okay, doesn't understand how to use a product, there is most of the product are getting failure because of this. So how to use that when, okay, what sort of ingredients they are using, okay, that percentage also, okay, we have to, because we have to be honest to the customers, then only the customer will keep on buying that product, and we can go to the next level. So this is important. So we have to be very honest. So that and all from the designer point of view only, okay, we have to implement that. So product description is very important. The company details also, the contact address, because if it is the original company, the customer can contact the manufacturer at any time in for any clarifications, right? So we have to put all this particular content, and barcoding, okay, so that is very important for any package design. So these and that's very important. Then this is the thing, okay, the design checklist we have. Does your design have shelf life? I will explain, okay, what is the shelf life. Don't forget the details. So the detail is very important in packaging. So again, as a designer, okay, I have designed the product, okay, I have created the structure, the bottle design, the container design, or lid design, everything is ready. Even the packing also is ready. But we used to create for only one product, but I'm going to place from the end use, right? So I'm going to place my product in one supermarket. In the supermarket, there will be thousands of a product. How my product is going to see differently, how that is going to attract. That visual identity is very important. So we have to visualize in that way. So how my product is going to be separate in that one. So maybe, okay, through the colors or design or the packing design itself, or the container design itself, that is up to the designer. Okay, so that is very important. And keep things simple for the clients. So handling is very important, because again, okay, it's if it is a very compact, then we used to prefer only that product. Okay, so right, 6 rules for the packaging design. So clarity and simplicity. Okay, great example for simple. Okay, clear yet highly distinctive package design. Okay, so the clarity is a very important. The readability is a very important. Okay, and simplicity of the product. Okay, the product should not be more complicated. And clarity. Okay, by seeing the packing itself, what sort of content the product, I mean, inside the packing. Okay, so if you see here, okay, my mouse is working, right? Okay, so if you see here, okay, the same product, the image is placed in the packing itself, right? So that is very important. And coming to this area, okay, this is look like juice, right? But this is a floor cleaner. So the color of, okay, the floor cleaner should not have this kind of color, okay? So we have to see that one. So honesty is very important, okay? That I'll come to the next slide. So clarity of the product, whichever the product is inside, the same product of photography should be placed outside when you are doing the packing. And honesty is very important. And what sort of a product, ingredients, okay, we used inside, right? So the same thing has to be replicated in the packing, the outside also, the exterior also. Okay. So the next is, so authenticity, right? If it is okay, more of organic, we have to use the same kind of organic images or photography in that one. Okay. That is also okay, very important when you do the packing designing. So this is I was talking about shelf impact. Okay, I explained this one in the first slide itself. Okay, these are the products. Okay, how my product is going to compete from other designing. So in that angle, okay, we have to see and design. So whenever you do the designing part. So fifth rule is extensibility. So actually, I forgot to tell you something. The product design. So we have another terminology called ranges. So range means, okay, suppose, okay, if I'm creating one product, maybe that bottle container is having 100 ml or 250 ml. So the 100 ml, 250 ml, then 1 liter and all, it's a range. In 1 liter itself, okay, will be having a lot of products. Okay, that is maybe the different flavors, right? So that and all comes under the product. But the 1 liter, the company same name, but 1 liter is a range. So in the range, okay, we having a lot of different products. Okay, if you see here, okay, we have a different flavors of the product. Okay, this is called a product, and this entire thing is actually range. Okay, and practicality, that is usability. So it should be very easy for the users to use that particular product. Okay, so this is very important, product designing packaging, right? So I think, okay, this is for the more of design. So this one, okay, I'll explain in the next class. So my next class, okay, I'm going to show you how to do the designing. So this is a hand sanitizer, right? So I'll start from the basic, okay, how to start this product designing from the drawing stage till the 3D. How this is going to, maybe, okay, the particles also, if possible, okay, show you the end result, right? So I think I finished Shivani.
Hi. So, really wonderful. And looking at those images and learning about them, being a layman, it's a big thing for me. So, I think next 3 workshops are going to be really informative. In the meantime, let's take up few questions that we have from our live audience.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'll take with the last question. The last person has answered. In which field is design more profitable? I mean, we are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, so they're talking about profit first.
See, profitable, actually the design is overall, I'm talking about, okay, I said, okay, we have a lot of sectors, right? So we have automobile sector, we have architectural, we have fashion designing. We have design in almost, okay, that is a very wide. That's what, okay, I even mentioned, okay, we have a 43 skills sectors in the MESC itself. So designing, okay, more of that is up to the skill set of that particular person. Okay, so if you ask me, okay, I'm good in architectural designing, okay, or I can even, okay, do the interior design. So profit, okay, the profit more profit and all, we cannot tell. That is based on your creativity and the idea, how you are going to increase your clients with your perfect work. Okay.
All
So,
right. So I was just thinking, if an automobile designer
yeah.
goes to design clothes or goes towards fashion, and if
Okay.
a fashion designer comes to automobile or architectural design, how that combination will be?
Yeah, that's what you have to understand the basic need and the ability. Maybe okay, it's not like okay, if I'm automobile engineer, I cannot do the fashion designing and all. But to learn the fashion designing, if you are more interested to learn the fashion designing towards, so obviously okay, you can learn. So no problem matter. But the designing, okay, I'm telling you, designing is the thought process. So if you develop that one, you can learn any software and any technology in that particular area.
So
Okay.
it's basically your thought process and your creativity. And
Yeah.
creativity you can showcase with hashtag creative me and record your videos, give us your photos, give us your your work, post it on social media with hashtag creative me, and show your creativity to the world. Okay, Niklesh Dugal is saying, what do you want to say to a 15-year-old wanting to be a future visual effects artist? Any tips or recommendations?
So visual effects is again is a wide area. That is okay. The combination of 2D, 3D software and technology is used in industry to mix or compose it the real time with the animation. So the effects, because the in the shooting and all, you cannot take the risk. Suppose if for example, if the hero is jumping from okay 200 meters, so we cannot take a risk and all. Okay, we have that sort of technology in the visual effects. We have a lot of what is it, stages to learn that one. So the training, okay, even okay, the MESC centers is having visual effects courses, 3D modeling and animation that okay can be taken to the visual effects later on. So my input is we have to find out the correct institution. So okay, a lot of institutions is teaching the software, but learning software definitely it's not going to work out. You have to learn from the expert, because if you are getting the strong foundation inputs from the faculty, then that will give you the better start. If you have enough in foundation, even okay, you can update yourself later on.
Oh, I'm getting very relevant questions, I must say. Faizan Rizvi is saying, while designing a product, what is more important, functionality of the design or visual appearance?
Yeah, both are actually important, right? So because first impression is best impression always, right? So when I see one product, visual, the impact is very important. Then functionality also okay, equally important. We cannot compare which is important, which is not. Both are important.
Okay, great. Uh, how designers' job could change post COVID-19, or how is it going to affect? Do you think there will be a change?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the designers see the designing, as I said, it's a very important in our day-to-day life. So we are getting the food product daily, right? Food product daily, and almost okay other products whatever we are using daily. So that is created by one designer only. No, so without designer you cannot create anything in this world. So obviously okay, even in the COVID-19, lot of even my students are doing the freelancing working from the home. Okay, and nowadays okay, the recently they started because almost all the shops are closed, right? So they want to do the business in online. The students are getting a lot of opportunity for the product photography, especially the fashion photography and that. So fabric photography, garments photography and all, to do the digital marketing. So they have a lot of opportunity. Instead, okay, the regular stream also, okay, they might be, okay, a lot of competitors. And nowadays, okay, these students are getting a lot of opportunity to perform.
What kind of jobs are there in a typical animation studio? That is a question by Shubham Gupta.
Typical animation studio.
I
Oh,
mean, I think he wants to say, and like job offers they can get from animation. I think
yeah, animation job opportunity again. Okay, the animation industry is, we have a different sector, I can say. Entertainment we have, that is a gaming, film. Okay, in that is the one sector. And even in the advertising, okay, there is a lot of animators are needed. And e-learning content, you can see the CD, right? So e-learning content company, okay, they are looking for the animators. The gaming industry is looking for animators, right? Any medium, okay, for the promotional sector, okay, they are looking for the animators. We have two kind of animation. One is the 2D animation, and the next is the 3D animation.
Okay, a lot of questions coming in.
Yeah,
Would you like to take a couple of more questions?
yeah, no problem, we can continue. Yeah.
Okay. Drove B. Is there 3D animation competition in World Skills 2020?
Yeah, of course. So we have from the MESC, okay, we have three courses. I mean the three courses. One is a printing technology, graphic design, then 3D game art. Okay, so 3D game art also, okay, having in that list, okay, we have. So even, okay, we teach, the MESC center is teaching 3D game art. In fact, even from our centers, okay, 2 students got selected in the district level. So next
Great.
we are going for the state. Yeah.
Yeah, and initially even Mr. Jain was telling about how they have been preparing champions
Hmm.
in Shastra. Great, great. All the
Yeah,
best.
actually, we see the other country and all. Okay, they are starting from school days. I mean, eighth itself. They are almost, okay, training, get the training for more than 5-6 years to get into this competition level. But our students are seriously, okay, they are skilled than them, I can say, because they are learning for 1.5 year and getting into this competition and growing. Even, okay, we had the history of MEIC students who got selected. They won bronze in the last competition and all, right? So they have spent more than 2 to 3 years continuous practice, right, to get into the competition and win the medals.
Okay, I have Dr. Rajshri Vasudevan. She's
Yeah.
asking how important are the cultural sensibilities of a particular region or any or area in design, even for the global product. Does design change according to the country it is going to be marketed, or will it remain the same?
Definitely. Actually, the design is not common for the worldwide. So definitely it will vary from culture to culture, place to place, right? In Asian country, we may like one set of color scheme. In the other country, okay, they like other colors, because the color is having some basic theme and all, right? Concept and all, right? So the same way, according to the culture also, the design takes important role. It will vary.
Okay, it's I mean, I'm also learning from this because I never realized it.
Oh,
When we
okay.
talk about international projects, we don't realize they are different than what we get here. The designing part, I'll say,
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize.
No, that is there. Actually, designing according to the definitely according to the place, right? That's it. If you are looking for the world market, we have to do the research worldwide. So I was talking about the research, So that is, if the design is for the world product, then we have to think in that way. We have to think globally, do all kind of research and put it in that paper.
Okay, great. Uh, let's take last question,
Yeah.
and it's a 14-year-old student asking what software or application is best for creating digital artwork.
Yeah, digital art, I think, okay, Photoshop is a very good tool. Digital art, again, okay, there are two types. One is a vector art, and next is a raster based. So I don't know, okay, whether she can understand, right? So we have two kind of software, 2D software. Vector paint will have only the flat colors. We can give the color depth and all. We can bring even that as a 3D. But more reality, if you want to bring in the digital art, the Photoshop is better.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So with this, I think we must stop the questions. Otherwise, we'll be
Even we can continue tomorrow also. We have.
Yes, definitely. And guys, this is a 4-day workshop. So you can note down your questions. You can keep on sending your question. You can send in your feedback at vidyadan@mescindia.org. You can send in your feedback on our social media channels. You can show us some creativity, like even Mr. Kovin has been telling, it's more about creativity.
Yeah.
So Media and Entertainment Sales Council brings to you Creative Me, hashtag Creative Me competition, which is going on for Vidyadan. You can show us your creativity, show us your videos, your creative ideas, your things you have learned, your experience from the film, any kind of, when we talk about media and entertainment, it starts from glamour, it goes away beyond. So you can show us your prosthetic skills, how you can change one feature, or yes, animation, of course. You can show us your work. So showcase your best work and get a chance to win exciting prizes, and you can get a chance to interact with our celebs and experts. Plus, I'll say this workshop will continue for next 4 days at 4 p.m. Along with this, we will have on July 16th, that is Thursday, 6 p.m., with Bollywood drum session with Mr. Darshan Doshi. I'm sure you're going to love this session. 18th of July, we will have Ms. Toril Cove, Academy Award winning director and animator, coming to you with the moderator, none other than Mr. Kirat Khurana, who's an award winning director and storyteller himself. Tomorrow, 11:30 a.m., you'll have another session of hashtag unlocking skills with Mr. Ravi Kharbanda, Mr. Gurmeet Singh, and Mr. Abhay Dey. So tomorrow you have two sessions. In the morning, 11:30, and in the evening, 4 o'clock. With this, I'd like to take your leave, and thank you so much, Mr. Kovin, for your time. And we'll be happy to see you tomorrow. We'll meet at the same time, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And yes, guys, stay connected because you will be getting your certificates after this 4-day workshop is over.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
This,
you. Thank you. Bye.
take care, stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye. Stop video.